Welcome from a very busy Stratford station. I'm about to shoot off down the Great Eastern Main Line to Romford Station, where tomorrow the 347 bus route will have its final run in a massive new wave of bus changes in London. So we're going to go and check out how the route is doing on its penultimate day. At the time of filming, the 347 route runs between Romford and Ockendon, one of the very few London bus routes to cross outside of the M25. On the way, this bus provides connections to a few tube and rail lines. There have been many changes to this route since it began services in 2004. However, the most prominent change at the moment is the 347, 346 and 497 merging into one single route, which will not cover the sections between Gallows Corner Tesco to Romford, as well as St Mary's Lane to Ockendon. The evening before my trip on this bus, I attended a meeting in a church in Wanstead with a campaign group who were working towards reversing the effects of a similar scenario of bus changes in Redbridge, Walthamstow and Epping Forest. And it was without surprise that many of the concerns they raised were very similar to those with the bus changes that are happening here.
And sometimes the W12, even though it's supposed to run every 15 minutes, it sometimes comes every 20 minutes because of the extension of the route for the W12 and also going along all the main roads, which are bottlenecks, especially during rush hour, and that affects you and impacts on you. And the other thing is that you would have caught the W14, however, because it's every hour and it doesn't stop in the hospital. Those are the key issues, because you can't walk the extra distance to get to outpatients or even A&E. There are obviously people that will be disadvantaged by the changes we have introduced. However, majority of the people have benefited from our changes, so we are going to leave them alone. And exactly. And so we've got to think, as part of the campaign, how we are going to tackle that issue.
The next stop will be Romford.
So Zach, we've just come here to the Romford Station bus stop Z, and you can already see that the 367 route has disappeared from the signage.
347.
Is it the 347?
Yeah, 347.
Have I been saying it wrong all this time?
Yeah, it's 347. And also, there's a poster on the bus stop.
Stagecoach. So, on this early section of the route, we sped through the streets of Romford's town centre, and already there were many passengers aboard.
It's not a long route. It takes us about 42 minutes to 50 to complete. So
it took me about over an hour yesterday because the bus was late out of Upminster.
According
yes,
to the
I was out here with Tony yesterday.
Exactly with the facts, but according to the schedule, it's 50 minutes exactly to get to the end.
So, as you can probably tell, I was doing a bit of a jog to get here. I think finished doing something at 3:10, and had to get here for 4 because 4 o'clock is the last run of the day between Romford and Ockendon. And so, because the timetable is so short and only has a couple of services, I'm going to throw a graphic on screen so that you can see what services are being scrapped from tomorrow. So Godwin, I would like your honest opinion. Looking at the passenger count during peak times, could this bus route have possibly used Optare Solos instead of these?
Of course. As of currently, there's about 8 of us on the bus, or 7. So Optare Solos hold about 20 people, I believe. So I could have used Optare Solos, to be honest.
Would people have minded?
Definitely, everyone wants to get a seat on the bus, and there can be times that this route can be busy during the weekends probably.
Yeah.
But as of weekdays, they're not too busy.
Tomorrow, the final bus will run at 4 o'clock as well. And are you going to be there?
Yes.
Wait, are you actually?
We're gonna see what happens, guys.
You do realise this is coming out for my channel members, so they're going to know about this.
You guys are gonna see me tomorrow, guys.
So my channel members are scrolling on screen right now to get super early access to videos, badge next to your username, and a place on this list. There is a join button on my channel homepage and beneath this video.
Thanks for being channel members. Be a channel member, you get exclusive everything.
It's worth it.
It is so worth it.
These guys are legends.
We're your advertisers. This route, first bus departs Romford at 10 AM.
So we've just left the retail park in the dust where there's also a Tesco Extra. This is of course a vital connection to that shopping centre for many people. So this entire section between Gallows Corner Tesco and Romford Station will no longer be served by the local buses, and it's the same for the section between St Mary's Avenue and Ockenden Station. So it was at this point that we rode out onto a double carriageway, picking up speed significantly as we headed towards Harold Wood. What a perfect time to do some fact-finding on London Bus Pal. So, I've opened up London Bus Pal and Zachary is holding my camera. Thank you, Zachary. And I'm just going to quickly type in here the 374, is it the 347? The 347 route. And I just wanted to take a look at what vehicles this route uses. So it says here that only 2 buses are used, and it kind of interchanges between both of them. So I think the one that we're on right now is LX11AWP.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to take a look at some other places that it's been. So it says here in the bus usage summary that this specific vehicle is used nowhere else in London at all. So on the 347, it spent 7 hours and 12 minutes this week, and it spent 177 hours not in service.
Right, so 4 bus stops are going to be closing after Friday. That's Chester Avenue, Winchester Avenue, Frank's Cottages, and Rhinegray Farm. So there's a bus stop called Farm Close that passengers will have to walk towards now, which is about 5 to 10 minutes of walking after they close, which is quite sad because 10 minutes of walking to your local bus stop is not ideal.
This is what you would call the midpoint of the route. A quick detour from the residential area down to Upminster Station in the town centre, before joining a road which will lead us to the edge of London. Well, this is very rural, isn't it? We're just speeding very fast down to Frank's Cottages, where in a second we'll be passing underneath the M25 and properly leave London and go out into Essex, heading towards Oxford. And it's coming up just now. We were now quickly losing light, but growing closer to the final stop on the 347, speeding through Essex roads at what Zachary's clever app predicts to be an average of 30 miles per hour. And of course, the speed and efficiency of this individual route is what has attracted some passengers. You're a local commuter.
Yes.
You travel on the 347 a lot, and you are butted about it being withdrawn. So could you share some thoughts about that?
Yeah, I always really look forward to this part of the commute. I'm always excited when I see like 347, I can get that instead of the 370. It's much more efficient, a lot quicker, gets me closer to home. In fact, I'm getting off now. And I'm going to really miss like the scenic views. Even tonight we've had like a gorgeous like pinkish sky. It's always like a nice detox from coming out of the city.
Yeah. 347 just pulling into Ockenden Station right now. And we're going to go and wait for our C2C train out of here. But first, we're going to take a look at the bus and say a final goodbye. With no hesitation, the bus driver immediately put the bus out of service and began the dead run to the Arriva bus garage in Grays. And that's how we ended up on the platform at Ockenden Station. So we are at the end of the westbound platform here at Ockenden Station. That was quite a walk, to be honest, and as we walked down the platform, the lights were switching on in consecutive order. Zachary discovered that because he travels a lot on Southeastern Transport. So we're now just going to wait for our C2C train to arrive because we missed it because of me, because my Oyster card was not working.
Yeah.
So we're now going to wait for our train, which is arriving at half... Stop doing that! You're making me feel guilty!